Covered for this exam. So this is the official document page for the AWS CLFC2, the new version. Okay. So if you see already the out of scope is, we know we are not required, they are not expecting for, that's not expected to be able to perform the coding, cloud architect design, troubleshoot, the implementations and all. So what are they expecting the exam conduct? There are two types of questions on the exam, multiple choice and multiple response kind of questions we can expect. And right, so basically it will cover on the domain 1 cloud concept 24%, and security and compliance 30%, cloud technology service 34%, billing, pricing and support also they are expecting for 12% of questions score content. Okay. So I like to cover from this, and also I will give some, we can go for practical sessions of some service which is mentioned on the cloud tech, Besant Technologies PDF topics as well. So some service we can go for the practical sessions like EC2, VPC, cloud format, whatever it is mentioned there. That also we can cover, and more questions we can expect on this kind of questions. So understanding the economics of scale, example, cost savings. So those the value proportions of the AWS cloud. They define the benefits of the AWS cloud. So example, the AWS well architect framework. Okay, understanding the benefits of strategies and for migrations to the AWS cloud. So those topics you should know about to write the exams. Okay, so you should know about this, why you want to go for, to understand each and every topic so that you can easily answer those questions. So the more cover on this kind of questions only, the fundamentals. If you read about this thing, right? Content outline, weighting, content domains, task management for these, and also they are mentioned like so for the individuals who can effectively demonstrate overall knowledge of the AWS independence of the specific job role, explain the value of the cloud. So AWS shared responsibility model, understand security best practice, understand AWS cloud cost, economics and building practice, describe and the positions of the core AWS services, including compute, network, database, and storage service. This we can go for demo, practical sessions. But apart from that, we have some more on the theory. Okay. So this fundamentals mainly target candidates descriptions, right? The target candidates up to 6 months of explore of AWS cloud design, implementations under operation. This certificate is ideal for candidates who are from even non-IT background also. Okay, these candidates might be in the early stages of purchasing of the AWS career on, or might work on people with the AWS course. So recommended AWS knowledge. So these are all they are required. So we need to know about this concept as well to understand and clear the exams. So I can go with one by one topics with little bit detail about that.
Yeah, sure.
One more screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So first concept, so domain 1, the cloud concept, the benefits of the cloud, AWS cloud. So this will cover most of these. So in general, AWS, in general cloud also. So every cloud and AWS also providing the high availability, multiple availability zone. How they are providing the high availability? They have the multiple zones. So zones, that means they have many regions they have the AWS data centers is available, you know, already for each regions, right? They are categorized as zones, multiple zones. Say example, in the UK or London, they have 2 or 3 data center will be there in the within the London. Okay, so they technically called as zone. So zone 1 is that there is a data center in the in some cities in the London. Zone 2, same within the London, they have some other cities. They have another data center. So zone 3, they have same like some other cities. They have the data center. So they are categorized like within the region. They are categorized many zones.
Okay.
So why why they have the multiple zone in case of any failures on the zone A or zone B. So still our applications will work from the zone A. So that's why that's those kind of high availability AWS is offering. Okay, the service can be deployed across AIZ. AIZ means availability zone for fault tolerances. This ensure application remain accessible even during the failures on one A zone. That's what I mentioned. So you have the 2 web applications, and so we can manage those 2 web applications in the 2 zones. Okay, so we can map that web application into the load balancer. Okay, so that we'll get high availability as well as traffic distribution as well. So AWS offering this kind of high availability. Fault tolerance also. Second one is fault tolerances. Fault tolerance availability to withstand failures of components like hardware, software, or network without impacting system performance. Within the failure mechanism in AWS services like Amazon RDS and Elastic Load Balancing. So they're providing the fault tolerances for their hardwares. In the data center, we have the many components like power, hardwares, software, networking, right? So they are providing the high availability. I mean, so in case of any hardware failure for within the rack, so in the data center they are categorized as each rack. So each rack they have some 2, 3, or 4, 5 base physical servers will be there. Okay, so they are integrated within the rack. They integrated those four physical servers along together. So in case of any physical servers got failed some issues of hardware issues due to hardware issue. So still though it will that hardware will, I mean, the hardware can be anything. It can be a disk or motherboard or anything, right? So still our applications will work without any performance issue. So usually if you have any issues with the hard disk or memory, we'll get a performance issue. Our application will get down, right? In general, in data center. But the AWS is offering fault tolerances for without any impacting system performance as well. Elasticity, they are providing the elasticity for automating scale up or scale down based on the demands. Services like auto scaling and AWS Lambda provide elasticity to handle the workloads. So basically, AWS is providing the auto scaling. So based auto scaling, that concept, the auto scaling, they automatically our instance will increase based on our configurations. I mean, they have the auto scaling mechanisms available in the EC2. So we can set the configurations. So example, we have the 2 web servers is running, and in case of the average of 2 web servers, CPU usage is increased more than 50% for 5 minutes. So what will happen? Automatically, the one more instance will add into that group and sharing the traffic. Okay, balancing the load. So in case of average of 3 instance, taking the more than 50% of CPU, again the one more instance will create. So like that, they are providing the scaling up for depends based on our configuration set time in CPU sets. So once everything is normal, Okay. So our example that we can also set if my CPU get down more than, I mean, lesser than 30 minutes, sorry, lesser than 30 percentage. So my whatever the my instance creating extra instance is creating automatically terminate. So that's the concept of auto scaling of up and down. So we
So
can
this
up.
for only for the
Yeah.
CPU, is it? The scaling concept runs on only on the CPU usage, or is it also for the storage as well?
Storage is separate, but this auto scaling for EC2 is for especially on the CPU.
Okay, this is
Yeah.
specifically for EC2 we are talking about.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So we RDS, I mean databases, we have the storage as well. Storage, if storage is increasing, this I mean automatically the storage capacity also will increase. That's available. But
Mhm.
especially on the EC2, this CPU, we have the VM targeting on only CPU.
Okay. Yeah.
Scalability. So easily increases or decreases resources manually or to meet demand.
Okay.
AWS support horizontal scaling, adding, removing instance, vertical scaling, upgrading instances. So this is another concept, horizontal scaling and vertical scaling. So horizontal scaling means adding or removing the instances. So whenever the CPU increasing, there is a two concept. We can set any horizontal. This for the database, it's available. These options. Okay, this auto scaling is available for database RDS, and whenever we can set either instance adding or removing scaling or vertical scaling. The vertical scaling means automatically the instance size will increase,
Okay.
configuration will increase, hard disk will increase. That's called as
Mhm.
horizontal scale. Agility and the speed, rapidly deployed and experiment using AWS service. Quickly test and iterate on ideas using the on-demand infrastructures. So this, all the clouds will usually provide this speed up on the creating the infrastructures, cost effective. So this also almost all the clouds is providing pay as you go model, pricing model, pay only what you use, no upfront investment on long-term commitment, save money with the resort instance and planning saving plan for predictable workloads. Okay, so first point, so whatever in general, not only the AWS cloud also providing pay as you go. So whatever we are using, that only we need to pay for hourly charges. So once we delete terminator, the cost will stop. Payment, paying pay as you go will, we no need to pay more on that. So for reserved instances, the reserved instances means, so you are everything you have set it up, and so the workload will be like this, should not be increased more than this configurations, more than 50% or 60% from whatever the configuration I would say, it will be fine for next 1 year or next 3 years. So you are confident about that, you are predicted about that, so we can reserve that. So if you reserve that configurations, I will get some discount on the every month. So that's a concept of the reserved instance. But we need to maintain the same configurations for 1 year minimum, or whatever we choose that plan time. Okay, so there are annual time and 3 year time is available. So if you choose 1 year time for this specific configuration set of configurations, the instance should be maintained the same configurations. If you increase or decrease the configurations, the reserved instance will not be applicable. Okay. So if
Mhm.
you maintain the same configurations for whatever if example, if you have choose a 1 year time, we'll get some 20% or 30%, depends on the configuration. They are providing the discounts on each month. That's cost effective. We'll get on the AWS. So global reach, we know already discussed, deploy application in the multiple region across the global, serve customer with low latency using the global edge locations via CloudFront. So the edge locations concept again. So if you have you are hosted your applications on the example London and UK, any UK data center region, and suddenly have the, I mean, you are the global service provider for your customer all over the global. Suddenly the your forecast is increase on the US or somewhere in the Australia. So you may get some latency issue between from UK to connecting from the Australia, right? So that's why the CloudFront will help us to create the edge cache server on the specific Australia region itself instead of hosting this another application into the Australia. So they're providing the caching options using the CloudFront. We have the caching options on the Australia itself. So once so that the Australia who are the connecting our applications from the Australia, they can get it the applications they can get it from the caching server itself. I mean Australia data center itself. Instead of coming on every time is coming from the UK to the traffic is coming from UK to Australia. They have some caching server on Australia itself. We can configure that, and whatever the traffic's coming from the Australia, it will connect it from the Australia itself. That's the concept of the CloudFront. Okay.
Will we talk about that later? I mean, in detail or something?
Yeah. There is a there is separate topics. We can do it on later. I just giving overview on benefits of the cloud.
Sure.
Next is security. So built-in security service we have IAM, KMS, Cloud Trial, Shield, and WAF. So what is the IAM? IAM, we can manage all our user-related securities. I mean, we can create any in the applications level. You can create any service account and maintain the service account, and also for each AWS activities who are going to do the creating of resources, any actions, we can manage all the users in the IAM itself, and we can set the permissions who needs to do what. Those kind of permissions we can set in the IAM. For KMS, it's for encrypting our disk, encrypting anything, we can manage our own. Okay, it's available. Those options are available in KMS. So Cloud Trial will help us to find out the activities of each AWS users. I mean AWS whoever we created the AWS user for various purposes in the project. So if anybody done anything and if we want to find out who has done that, we can use the Cloud Trial. Cloud Trial will store all the activities for each users. They stored as a logs. So in case of if you created or deleted any resources, AWS resources, and we can find out that in the Cloud Trial logs. So that will exactly we give a detailed log. So who was created, from which users is created, and which users is deleted, and what time, and which region. So each and every details we can get it from the Cloud Trial. The Shield and WAF are more on the protecting our web applications from the various attacks, DOS and DDoS, and there are multiple hackers trying to do attacking our web applications, right? So for crashing our application, creating over workloads to our applications, and trying to hack applications, database password, applications informations. So those things using the Shield and WAF, it will protect. It's based on it's all about the web application firewall. So it's protecting our applications. Okay. So Shield is more advanced web application firewall. So it protect our DDoS. Maybe you know already heard about these other DOS. So it's based on it's like as I said, the hacker will trying to create a more traffic to our applications. So within a second, they will initiate the 5,000 calls to our application, to our URLs. So what will our application will get down or get hanged. So if you within a second, if 5,000 user, it's like a 5,000 user launching within the same second. Those kind of attacks, usually the hackers will do to other URLs. So this shield and this shield will protect that. Okay, if any unwanted more traffic's coming on within the second, it will block everything. Okay, so that's the concept of this all these topics. So security, again, the data encryption, DDoS protection and compliance with industrial standard. So this only the data encryption is on the KMS. Using KMS, we can do the data encryptions, and we managed all the keys. So if you encrypted something, it will create some keys, right? So the key we need to manage to decrypt. So automatically the encrypt and decrypt will happen, but the keys we can manage by default. If you are not using the KMS, AWS will manage all the decrypt and encrypt keys. So if you want to manage, if any specific customer or you want to manage all this encrypted key, so we can use the KMS. For DDoS production and DDoS production, so I discussed this shield and WAF will help us to enable the DDoS production. Compliance with the security standards. So all this AWS is providing us. Shared responsive model ensure AWS secure the infrastructure. You can secure your data and applications. So they have this shared security model. So in this model, they are recommending how to create the infrastructure securely. Okay, how to secure our database and data and application as well. So if you follow that shared security model, so we have some idea how to set our data, our database server, our infrastructure, how we can set everything. Okay. So reliability infrastructure designed for durability and business continuity. Services like S3 providing us 11 nines for the stored objects. So durability means the amount of data loss. Okay, if you're storing our data somewhere, I mean S3 storage, so AWS is providing the durability of this nines. So our data mostly won't loss if you stored our into S3 storage. That's what they are telling. So because they are providing the multiple regions, multiple zones, and they are replicating with the multiple zones and multiple regions as well. So if you enable that options, our data will be available for till we manually delete. Innovation, AWS continues releasing new services and features. So AWS is always based on the customer's requirement, customer's feedback, they are creating the new services and features. Access to the cutting edge technologies like AI, ML, IoT, and serverless computing also. They are providing and building more on this AI also. Understanding, that's all. These are the benefits, define the benefits of the AWS cloud concept. The first one, which we seen in the any doubts or anything?
Nothing for the moment. I think we just walked through the very high level concepts, benefits. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
So next is understanding the economics of scale. I mean cost savings. The economics of scale refers to the cost advantage. Okay. So if you heard about the word economics of scale, this refers to the cost advantage only. So how we can actually and use the cost effective what AWS is recommending us. So AWS service millions of customer valued and operates a massive scale. It can purchase hardware bandwidth low cost and pass those savings on to you. How AWS delivers economics of scale, low price over time. AWS continuously reduces prices as its infrastructure scales. AWS dropped prices 100 times since launch. So they are providing all these things, advantages. pay-as-you-go model. We discussed that volume discounts. The more you use, the lower per unit cost. For example, S3 and EC2 pricing includes tiered pricing. So larger usage brings lower per GB or per hour cost also they are providing. Global infrastructure efficiency. AWS efficiently manage huge data centers across the globe, leading to optimized operation and reduce the cost per customer cost. Shared resources. Multiple tenancy allows AWS to pool resources efficiently and across customers. So next task is understanding the benefits of global infrastructure. Key benefits of global infrastructure. The first one is speed of deployment. So you can quickly launch application and services in any regions. No need to build local data centers to manage hardware. Enables rapid innovations and faster go to the market. So there will be already more. Global reach also improve deploy applications close to the users. Wherever the customer it's accessing to our applications, we can create nearby locations. So example, the customer is our customer is in Singapore, so we can create Southeast Asia nearby data center so that customer will get more latency and less performance issue. So improve performance and reduce latency for global customer. High availability and fault tolerance already we discussed. Low latency. So using the CloudFront, we can have the caching server so that they get the traffic from the caching server itself instead of every time it go into the other regions. Compliance and data redundancy. Some countries require data to be stored in their boundaries. AWS offers regions in specific geographies to meet regulatory and some UK customers also they said the data should not go away from the UK regions or so AWS is providing that as well. So since the data center is available almost all the main regions, so we can store our data within the boundary as well as the high availability. But discover, recovery, and backup. You can deploy backup systems in separate region to protect against the region data center. Okay. So in case of regions, US got impacted something. If you US is went for not accessible also, if we configure the disaster recovery from replicating into another region, our applications will be available from the other regions as well. So the region level recovery they are providing it. So again, on the next topic, in the cloud concept, the value proportions of the AWS cloud. The last one is advanced understanding knowledge of high availability, elasticity, and agility. The high availability, the ability of systems or applications to remain operational and accessible even if some components fail. So advantage, minimize downtime with redundant system and automatic failure. Increase application uptime using multiple application zones. Improve reliability on business critical workloads. Example, deploying EC2 instance across multiple availability zone. Ensure service availability on if one AZ get downs. Okay, this already we discussed. Elasticity also automatically increase or decrease computing resources to manage demand. Cost efficient. You only use pay for what you need. Handles traffic spikes without any manual interruptions. So that's what we discuss. Agility, the availability of rapidly deploy, test, and launch. Speed of innovations. They are providing the CI/CD pipelines service as well to deploying applications without any automatically deploy the applications in the AWS as well. So developers spin up test environment within a minute using the AWS Cloud Formations or EC2 rather than waiting for hardwares. So which AWS benefits allow your applications to adapt to changes in demand elasticity. So these questions maybe we can expect on the exams. So example, which AWS benefits allow your application to adapt to change in demand. Okay. So answer is elasticity. So next topic is identify design principle of AWS cloud. So for that we need to have the knowledge of AWS well architect framework. Design principle of AWS cloud. This principle guide how to build and operate well architected cloud native applications. Designs for failures. First we need to, so first when you're doing the overall view of the setting the your application in AWS. So what are the things comes into the mind? Okay. So first, our design for failures. So our application should be available all the time as per contract. To as per what we promise to customer. So first we need to designs for failures and set and failures plan for failures in infrastructure, services, or applications. So for that, what we need to enable auto scaling and multi-AZ, multi-region deployment, fault tolerance architect. Okay, first thing. The second thing, implement automatic scale.
What we don't have to go through them, is it? What is multi-AZ and multi-region deployment? Multi-regions, I understand. Multi-AZ is what?
Multi-availability zone.
Okay.
AZ is for availability zone. So within the regions, we can have multiple availability zone, right? So zone A, zone B, zone C. So that we can set it. Or you want region level failures, that also we can set using multi-regions.
Can you show this, or is it not needed, or will you show me at a later point? Like how do you set it for auto scaling and all of that?
Yeah, that I can go on the when you are going for the EC2 concept. So basically, I will create one instance, and we can one or two instance maybe. We set small sample applications, and I will guide you to enable some traffics for how whether the auto scaling is happening or not. How we to set the load balancer and map into those web applications. So the web application is running to availability zone A and zone B. Okay, so how availability work, how the traffic is distributing. So in case of zone A web application is down, so still whether my application is working or not. So that I will go through this demo on the coming classes. Whenever we go for the EC2 instance topic, we can go there.
Okay.
So if you already have the AWS account.
No, I don't have. I have an office account, but I don't have a personal AWS account.
So office account will be able to create some resources.
No.
Otherwise, you can create one AWS account. Initially, right, it won't take. It will take some $1 or something like that only, and they are providing some free of cost for creating the resources for 1 year. So we can utilize that also. So every month they are providing some 750 hours for some complications. So we can utilize that.
Just a minute. I think I'll create one now.
Yeah, if you have the AWS accounts, we can do one thing, we can go for some practical sessions for some time and then come back to uh, this theoretical documents. So if we go through the document, maybe we'll get some more on sometimes. So we'll do mix of some practicals as well as theoretical. That will be get some more interest.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, you can show.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Yeah, I can see now.
I think my internet is slow. What? Just a minute.
Yeah, there is an option called create a free account. So if you already, fill up something, then you can go for this complete sign up, or you can go up with the beginning.
I created a new email ID, I believe. Just a minute. Oh my god. HTTP fiber. I am not sure what is the password policy.
So it should not be a common password like password p at the rate SSM, like something like that. So
Yeah.
that's if you said that, it will giving that error. You can give some complicated as well as you rememberable. No, all are mandatory. Maybe you can shop screen for sometimes and
Yeah. Just a minute, I'm waiting for the SMS.
oh,
Yeah, the basic free support one, right?
free one.
Yeah.
Be able to sign in.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah, since you are already using the AWS, you know how to enter into each services, right? So in the search bar, you can just
Yeah.
type the service name, and we can easily filter out our services, which services you want to go.
Mm-hmm. How do I see the data centers or the zones that you were talking about? Like, for
So
example,
click any regions. For example, US East one. So here we cannot see in the so creating the resources, right? So we can
that.
see the
Okay.
creating the resources, just so anything. So we can select in the zone specific also.
Okay.
So what do you like to go? You can go for any resource creations or
No, you tell me according to the syllabus, probably will follow the same.
yeah. So I just thinking instead of going for theory, the documents, we can go for some practical. Then we come back to this once we done small practical.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
you
sure.
come back again for the theory. So that will be more interesting on that.
Yeah. Today probably I can go for another 20 minutes. And
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
we'll
So
wind up
I'm
today.
also
So
need
you
to.
tell me, yeah. So you tell me in
Yeah,
20 minutes what we can cover. Probably we'll take that up.
yeah. So basically, so if you already know how to create the EC2 instances,
No, I'm not sure of that.
okay, then we can go for creating some simple one how to create the EC2 instances, and I will explain each and every steps. What is the meaning of it?
Okay, you can share the screen. Maybe I'll stop.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So going to the EC2 instances.
Which region we are creating?
That's a good question. So usually for demo purpose of our own R&D, we'll always go for US East,
Okay.
any US regions, because
Okay.
compared to US region, compared to the other regions, US region is the cheapest one,
Okay.
cost wise. Okay, maybe
Okay. Mhm.
second reason would be the tax. Okay, the other regions like Singapore, India, Europe, are paying the more tax comparative of US.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why the cost is very low, not very low. So comparative of other regions is very low for the US regions. So
Okay.
so first we see this EC2 instance service. We can go for the create EC2 instance. Launch instances.
So basically, EC2 is for only computing purpose, right?
Yeah, correct. So it's creating on virtual machine. So server, that
Mhm.
server can be any operating systems, uh, any Linux flavors or Windows operating systems, or your any public images. If especially you want to go for the images which is available on the public, that also we can choose it. So by default, by inbuilt, Amazon providing their own inbuilt Linux also. There are some inbuilt security they are configured into the Amazon Linux, and there are some inbuilt tools are already installed into that. So we can either you can use this Amazon Linux or whichever operating system you want to choose, we can choose this. And
Okay.
also you can browse more images, clicking on this more. So some images, there are inbuilt applications also available. So no need to install the applications. So the image itself having pre-built applications available, and some images we have the SQL server or Oracle server inbuilt. They are already installed and providing us. So that's why they mentioned us application and OS images. They technically called us AMIs, Amazon Machine Image. Okay, so if you click on the browser, this will categorize in the marketplace. So these are images are available in the marketplace. So we can choose any VMs, even Mac also available. So we can choose any VMs as per depends on our need. So I just going through the Ubuntu. So here, right? So here the instance name for identifying our instance. The name can be anything. It's not a unique. It depends on our identifications only. So this is an instance type. So this is very important to choosing our instance. So which they categorize as a many families. They call as a family like T1 series, A1 series, C series, R series. Series. So the each category says they have some logic behind in that. The T series is for like uh, for testing purpose. It's like a bustable, you can say. So but bustable instance. So it cannot be handle more workloads. So it's not recommended for pre-production and productions environments. So it's recommended for doing testings, R&Ds, development environments. And if you want to do some testing on the lower environments, so if you want to do some cost effective on lower environments, you can go for the T series. And A series, it's already mentioned this architect, it's for ARM processor. And C series, especially for CPU CPU family. So if some applications is required more CPU and less memory. So those kind of purpose we can choose for the C series, C series, the C family series, right? So it will be advantage of we can configure the less memory here. So example, right? If you see the CPU of 8 week virtual core, but you can get only 7 GB memory. Okay. So in general, if you go for the T series, we won't get like that. So in general, we'll have in other families, right? So in general, we won't get this configurations. 8 core minimum will get 16 GB memory or 32 GB memory or 64 GB memory type only will have in general. But if you explicitly needed more CPU and more CPU, so you can go for C series. You want to see all the generation. Mm, generation. Okay. So this C series mostly having we'll get more CPU and less memory.
Can you give an example, like when we might choose a C1? Say, suppose we deal with ETL tools, say, suppose, which are used for the transformations and loading the data into Snowflake database.
Yeah, the database, some applications, example, some gaming application or some applications required more CPU. So if you see some applications is taking more CPU and less memory only. Some example applications, I'm not sure currently. It's not coming to the mind.
Okay.
So,
but like on a general note, like how do you decide what's the
So we need to understand the applications. So the applications is required more CPU or more memory. So based on that, we need to choose the instance type.
So when like in the drop down, I was able to see like we are assigned 4 CPUs or whatever. So like how do we know what is the processing power or anything like that? Any other details that we get, or that's a standard?
As I said, it's so if your applications require more CPU, so you can concentrate on C family. So C family will get more CPU and less memory. So if you
Correct.
understand your application, it's taking more CPU, and I need this memory alone, but I need of more CPU like that.
Yeah. So all the CPUs, like we know what is the processing power or anything, or is it constant or the same?
I mean, you are asking we can customize this CPU and
Correct.
memory?
No. I'm asking. So if you tell me, okay, I got 4 CPUs now. So how do we know what is the processing power or anything like that? Like,
I mean, processing power
here
means
you're showing virtual CPUs. We are telling 4, 8, 2. Apart from the number, we don't know any other details of that virtual CPUs.
correct. So
okay, here you have the storage. Okay, storage GB, you know.
So SSD will get storage. This network performance will be high, and memory will get some 15 GB, and the processor will get X64. Xeon processor will get X64, and CPU
What
will
is
get
memory GB and storage GB? What is the difference between those two?
storage. It's a local SSD. I mean, local disk size.
Okay, and what is the 15 here?
It's a memory. I mean, configurations. CPU memory will allocate, right, for each virtual machines.
What is it? Come again. What is it? 15?
I mean, memory. That means um, RAM. If you say in our laptop also we have it's a 15 GB or 7 GB RAM, right? That's mean. So this storage is mean. So this storage is like C drive and the D drive. We are assigning the disk storage, right? This is the storage.
All right. Yeah.
I will try to find out the documents of each this family. So what in which
no worries.
will go for this instance explicitly. So if you, I mean, for architect level, at least for understanding the application, so that's a concept of the well architect, right? So we need at least we need to the overview of the applications, so that we based on that we can choose our family and get the why we need to choose our family. We'll get some cost effective, right? So and also we have the system performance level also. We'll get some better performance.
Yeah.
So it seems like if you go for the this is sort of coming on C. So we have so many. So the other family is G series. So G series is specifically for graphical views. So graphical kind of applications. So we that need more performance. I mean process related usage, right? So gaming applications, which visualized applications are mostly to utilize the graphical. I mean processor. So the processor will be very strong to run the application smoothly and get the performance. So if your applications have related for the gaming or graphical kind of application, you go for this G series.
Okay.
And they have some other series called R series. I don't know that is third. N series is common. So if you see the N series, so 8 core, we have 32 GB configuration set.
Okay.
So that's why. So if you compare this M series and C series have less cost, but we get 8 CPU. But here we forcefully choose 32 GB. That we are not required that our application is not required this much memory as well.
And
Okay,
where do we get to know the costing? Like at the end, after selection, everything
I
is
will
done?
show you there is a cost AWS pricing page is available. We can calculate it. I will show you that. So these are all the basic things required definitely. If you search in Google AWS pricing calculator,
Mm-hmm.
they have this separate URL is available. Mm, just a minute. Sharing my other screen. So this is a pricing calculator page where you can see how much we'll get based on our services.
Mm-hmm.
You could choose. So if you want to create some AWS instances, EC2 instances, based on the regions also. Example, US East. We whatever you're going for the shared instance only, and so how much CPU. So instance family, as I said. So example, if you are choosing the C5, CPU 8 core, memory example 7 GB, on demand. We are not have any reservation. So we have the on demand, pay as you go. Eight core and 16 GB. So these are all option disk. These are all disk. Additional disk you want to put. So if you see the monthly cost, $248.
Mm-hmm.
And additionally, you want to add some cost, I mean, disk, example, storage amount, 100 GB, the cost will increase. 10 Mbps, optional.
Throughput is what is throughput?
To put the networking, so
Okay.
how much, what is the network speed if you download or if you uploading the
Mm-hmm.
data from this server to this our VM to the another VM or downloading some uh, outside data. So Based on this network, choosing the network speed, it will give the performance. So right now choosing the 8 core and the 16 GB. So we'll get some 256 GB. And if you go for in the C series itself, we have so many options. So if we go for M series, same 8 core, it's forcefully have 8 core and 32 GB only. And if you choose that, the cost will be, you can see, $288. And same configuration, if you go for A series, we don't have any 8 CPU because it's not recommended for any heavy workloads.
Yeah.
And if you see R series for this same 8 core, so you'll get some more memory.
Yeah.
So R series is especially designed for memory usage. So some applications is required more memory. So example, database, example, payroll. So payroll applications, they need memory. So every month beginning, the people will download the payrolls, their customers, users payrolls. So that time it will enough more memory. Okay, so those kind of applications not take too much of CPU. It will it's needed more memory. So same 8 core, if you see the comparisons of C, M, and R series, you can understand. So in the C series, it's especially for CPU. So it does not concentrate on memory. M series is common. The applications require memory as well as CPU. I need my applications is occupied memory as well as CPU. So those kind of purpose we go for M series. So some applications is required. I need more memory. I don't want concentrate. I don't. My application is not taking more CPU, but my applications it's most. Say example database. So database SQL Server, Oracle Server, whichever it's working on caching memory, right? So the SQL servers are stored, all our queries are our, uh, I mean, stored in the memory stored only. So if you run some query on first time, so it's stored in memory. So next time it won't. Every time it it will not search in the tables and get the output. So when you're running and getting some output from the specific tables of the database, so if you're running some query, it will store in the in-memory. Okay. Next time, if you run the same query, it will immediately will get the output when you execute the query. So how we immediately get the output? It store the query in the in-memory. So some memory will required for database. Some more memory will required because we are running more queries to get the output, to get the reports, to get the output as well. So those whenever the running the new query, it will store into in memory. So databases require more memory. So database does not require CPU. Okay, if you see the CPU utilizations, it will be very less, or it will be it won't come more than 60% maximum. If you see any database, only database server, it won't incur more CPU. If you see the memory, it will be always will be high because whenever the query is running, reporting, everything is stored on the memory. Okay, we need to understand the config applications and what is running in the server, so that based on that we can choose our instance type, so that we'll get more benefits on the cost level, and as well as we'll get some decent, not decent, better system performance as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Does not require the in-depth of applications purpose. At least we need some
basic understanding
overview of the application performance, what is running. inside our VM. This is I'm telling on the real time any projects you are already are working on some projects. Some have some responsibilities to manage the infrastructure as well. So these are all be required. Okay. Yeah. So this is applicable for the disk level as well. So assigning the disk level. So many categories have the disk level. SSD, normal SD, and SSD plus. So I will explain you that also. Now you understand the comparisons of each family, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all that I needed. You have to go now, or we can continue for next two, or we can go for uh, we can start beginning from this EC2 instance from freshly on. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
So initially, this is the dashboard of EC2 instance. So here we can see the instance. How many? What are the instance? So usually they called instance. So the backend we know the servers, virtual machines. So in the in the AWS they called as the EC2, Elastic Cloud instance. So they call as the instance that in their AWS language. Okay. So here we can launch instance. You just click on this launch instance, and the first tab will be a name. So we can give any name. This for identification of our instance. And here you can see OS images. So these are the images which we can choose. So which image we want to create for our EC2 instance. That means virtual server. So either you can go for Windows, Microsoft Windows, Ubuntu, Red Hat, almost all the OS will be available here. I mean operating systems. And Amazon have the own inbuilt Linux OS also available. They're providing some secure operating systems. Some inbuilt tools also will be available related to Amazon AWS. So yeah, I will go with Ubuntu now. So this is my Ubuntu image. And this way discuss few things on the instance type. Okay. So here we can see all the families. So each family, what is the purpose of that? I will share my on the screen. We quickly go through that overview of that. So general purpose. So general purpose. So we can use T series and M series. So this use cases balanced compute, memory, and networking. So this real-time scenario they will use for web servers, development environments, and small databases. So if you are going for the development testings, so we can go for this instance type. So next one is compute optimized, high performance processor for compute intensive task. So you can go for the C series. I mean, compute, it's included gaming, video encoding, machine learning, interface, and HPC. So those kind of applications, those kind of use cases, we can go for compute optimized. Memory optimized, click for R series family. So more memory per CPU for as I think you remember. So we saw some if chosen for memory optimized, we'll get more memory and less CPU. So that is especially designed for in-memory databases, Redis, big data, SAP, HANA, those kind of applications we can, those kind of services or application we can go for memory optimized, storage optimized. So I series family, I family.
One question here. So whatever we select, so that would be only one instance that we are running on, right? We are talking
Correct.
about only one instance now.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
So that instance, for which purpose we are creating that instance.
Okay.
So based on that, we can choose our family instance. So continue on that storage optimized. So I have throughput to local storage. So if you need more storage on the local storage, you can go for I series. Accelerated computer. It is especially for graphical. So deep learning, training models, you can go for P4, P3 hands. So T is mostly for bustable, cost-effective dev test, and M family, medium, balanced general workloads. C for compute rush numbers, ML interface, or for memory in memory analytics. So I for IO, high disk performance. So we need some, as I said, so disk read and write operations happening more. So you can go for I series. So application side, so WordPress web applications kind of things, you can go for P series or M series. Machine learning, again, machine learning interfaces, C5, G5 something. Deep learning model training, P4 and P3. SAP, you can go for X1E, U6, R6 families are available. You can choose that. Redis means in-memory caching. So those kind of things you can go for. And Pascal DB and clusters can go for I series or D3 series. So that's the overview of this. So just keep in mind in this for when you are going for creating the project instance for project level based on the applications you can choose for the instance type. So currently we are going for the just testing. So that is can go for T series. So T series start from even 0.5 memory also. So that is very much fine for us. So I will go with 1 GB. That is fine.
One question, Krish. One question. So if you just go back to what you just showed me, so there are multiple CPUs also, is it? Like if you take for T2 large, there are 2, 4, 8. So
yeah.
So here, like I'm a little confused. So you'll have multiple CPUs, matlab you'll have like multiple servers, or one server will have multiple CPUs?
One server and we'll get multiple, I mean this 1, 2, 4 are memory RAM. So if you want, I want to go with some general or testing environment, but I need some 16 GB memory. So for that we can choose for 16 GB. That's why they're giving all the configurations here itself. You want
memory is different, CPU is different, no?
Yeah, CPU also same. So CPU also in one machine will get a virtual CPU.
Within one machine can access multiple CPUs.
Virtual CPU, that means.
Okay.
So I will share my screen. Sorry, I'm stopping.
Memory is RAM, no? The memory in GIB you're showing is that RAM.
Correct. So example, I will give you an example for our local laptop. I will share the screen. So that you can understand the virtual CPU concept. So if you see my task manager.
Mm.
So here, right, if you see the virtual CPU, 8, logical processor 8, and core is 4. Okay, this is virtual core. So like this, we can get 4 or 8, whatever you are choosing. So in the single laptop, I can get some 4 core, virtual core server. So using this 4 core, I can check my utilization, right? So I have some, if my utilization is below 50, I can use, I can create one more virtual machine inside my laptop itself using some virtual box software, virtual some software, virtual workstation or Oracle box. I can create one more because I have extra 2 core available. So this is a virtual core. So we can virtually use multiple shared processor. I mean CPUs.
Are you on some network? That's why you're able to use many, right? I mean, generally, if you're on a laptop, your own personal laptop, you won't see this, no?
We can see, you can just right click on this task. I will share my full screen. See my entire screen. Just right click here and task manager so that you can see all my CPU utilization. So, so like this, so we can get one virtual CPU here. So if you want to, if you want more virtual CPU, can accordingly we can choose your instance type.
Okay.
It's all about one virtual machine only.
Okay.
Okay. So this is fine. Then key pair. So this key pair is helpful us to create the password. I mean, secretly we can create our password. So in AWS, right, we cannot in the beginning of creating the any instance Ubuntu or Microsoft. So we need to have one key pair. So using that key pair only, we can able to access our virtual machines. I mean, if you want to take console, I mean, you want to access the virtual machine, you need to create some key pair. Okay. So we can create multiple key pair. So usually if you select any Linux platform like Ubuntu or Amazon Linux or whatever the Linux platform, you can go for .ppk file. So this is putty. So this is simple tool putty, and using the tool we can connect our virtual machines, EC2 instances. Okay, we can also connect in the browser itself, but in the real time, right? In the companies, they won't allow to connect from the browser. That's why I'm going for the using the some third-party tool. We can connect our EC2 instances. So for that, we need to have one key pair is mandatory. So I already have
is for accessing the instance. I mean, giving access. What is it? Sorry, tell me again.
It's like a password.
Okay.
So
for my application to access the instance.
Not application, for accessing the EC2 instance itself. So you have created one Linux platform. You want to access, first you want to access the EC2 instance, right? For accessing the instance, we need to use some third-party tool, like example, Putty. Okay, so we need to download that Putty tool, and once you download it, we need to attach this key pair. So this key pair is a password for accessing that EC2 instance. Okay. Okay. So if you create a Windows VM, I mean Windows EC2 instance also, we need to create a key pair. Mandatory, it's for all the instances.
So one instance will have only one key pair?
No, we can use multiple instances. Same. So if
Multiple
you
instances can have the same key pair.
correct,
So it's basically kind of authentication or some password kind of to
correct,
access the
correct.
instance we are launching.
Exactly. Correct.
No
So we,
connection with the application yet.
no, its
All right.
application
Yeah.
is different. We are not this. We are just freshly creating on VM. I mean
Okay.
instances.
Okay. Okay.
So this is for networking network settings. Okay, I will go come to the network setting later. So
Okay.
currently, we can just create one security group. This security group also is mandatory. So this using this security group, we are allowing our traffic. I mean, so who want to connect my EC2 instance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that accessing, allowing or denying. So everything we can define here. So who want to connect my application, who want to connect my instance. So everything we defined here. Then only we can able to access.
Okay.
That's all. We can just I just created the instances. It will take few minutes. This is my instances. So we can do multiple things here. If you select the instances and if you select your instance state, we can stop, we can start, we can reboot, we can delete. So everything we can do the actions here. And in these actions, we have some options like attaching network interface, security change, create image. I will come to this create image. So these are the options available. So generally, if you want to stop or delete, so you can go here, instance state. Okay. First, we need to just select that instance, which instance you want to do actions. So by default, we'll get one public IP address. This is the public IP of this new instance, and this is a private IP of this instance. And the instance ID we can see.
Can you tell me what is public and private IPs, please? Difference?
Yeah, private IP, it's by default, it will inbuilt, it will create for all the operating systems.
Who will create? Like when you launch, that's something unique to that instance.
Yeah, so it will attach the network interface. So each instance, they have their own network interface. They call it as a NIC, network
Okay.
interface.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is working on the privately, private IP. I mean, using this
What is it?
IP,
That is
private. I mean, inside the operating systems.
okay. Public.
Public, we can access through anywhere. So if you want to access our VM from all over the world, we use only public IP.
So for every instance, it would create a public and private public and
I
private IDs. Okay,
correct.
and they are unique, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So
So
private,
if someone wants to connect to this, they'll connect through the public IPv4
correct,
address.
correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So once you see two cross check pass, so our instance is running. So even if it's running, if you are not seeing this two cross two check pass, still our instance is not ready. Okay, so once it is, you can see two cross two, our instance is ready. And as I said, so I already have the putty tool installed my laptop. I'm searching my. So as I said, first we need to map our keypad. So if you open the putty, if you see SSH, just extract that, and you can see the authorization, and just extract that and click on credentials. Now then browse it and map your TPK file, I mean key pair, and go to the sessions and copy this public IP. Paste here.
Sorry, what are we trying to do here?
I just log in our VM EC2 instance.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is the console of this VM. So we
And how
created
did you get that key pair?
I already have the key pair. So initially, for the fresh creations, you need to create a key pair, new key pair.
Can we do that, or can you show me?
Yeah, we can. So once you're doing the practical, like you can do it also. It's not a big thing. Just create button.
Okay.
So by default, every VMs have their own username. So Ubuntu is the default username for Ubuntu VMs, operating systems. I have not entered any password. I just give the username and I can able to log in it. Because I attach the key pair. The key pair is the password.
Okay.
Okay. So this way we can access our VM, and after that we can also create some applications. I mean sample application also. Example, like I have some HTTP file. So I just if you know about this Linux commands, then you can there on that, or you can create a Windows VM also. I just want to show you. I just creating some sample website using some HTML command.
You're creating a website. What did you just say on the server? Sorry, on the instance?
It's like a hello VM like that. So once I create a, I can access my application using this public IP. Just copy paste this public IP. I can see like hello VM.
Okay. In the security groups, you didn't put anything, so it is available for the public. That's why it's available for the public.
It's a good question. So in the security group, we need to add HTTP traffic. I supposed to come there. Already you are asked questions. So if you see in the security group, the inbound rule, I already enabled 80.0.0./0. That means
what does that mean?
Anywhere in the world can access my application, HTTP application, and also 22 SSH. I mean SSH only we can accessing our VM through putty. These are all SSH. I mean they have some network inbuilt ports available. HTTP 80 and SSH 22, HTTPS 443. These are all common network ports, so we can use that port to access our EC2 instances.
And the security group rule ID, you'll come back to that, or is that common?
Security rule, as I said,
group ID. Rule ID, sir.
Rules, inbound or outbound. So that inbound means who want to access my VM or my application. So example, I have an application now, some sample application. This is my application. It's running on port 80. So who want to access? We can define in the security rule. If you are not adding this rule, we could not able to access. So somebody.
That's what these IDs are unique, or how did we get these IDs?
This ID is automatically create. So these IDs are unique only. So how we can create? We can just go to the security group and select here. In the bottom, you can see inbound rule. I just edit inbound rule. And so you can just add whatever the port you want to add. Example, HTTP. And here, this is the which one who want to access my VM. Okay, example, I can add my IP address alone. So this is my IP address. So only I can able to access my application. So if you want to only you want to access this SSH, I mean PuTTY, you can also choose my IP address. Okay.
Which IP address is that? Is that your laptop's IP address?
This is my broadband IP address. My
All
internet
right,
IP
yeah.
address.
Oh, your internet IP address, not your system IP address.
No, we use public IP address only.
Oh.
So these are all accessing from the internet, not through private.
Okay, yeah.
So I define here. So if somebody hitting my application, trying to access my application, okay, I can allow using a AT port. That's what the inbound rule is work. If you're we don't have the rule explicitly for deny. Whatever we are allowing, that will allow. So a rest of that or by default is deny only. So example, I'm allowing SSH to only my IP address. So only I can able to access. So even if I share my public IP and everything to you, you could not able to access.
Why? But you gave the public IP only, no? Like whoever is connected to your broadband, they cannot still connect.
So this IP address also unique, right? It's unique for each box, each switches.
Correct. But if I'm connected to your Wi-Fi, then I'll not be able to connect.
Then you can able to access.
Yeah. Okay.
If you connect my Wi-Fi, then you can able to access. This is for unique to my Wi-Fi box.
Yeah.
Okay. So for clearing that, I think you can go ahead and create one VM and access so that you can understand. Then we can option called sign in using root user mail, right? Can use that. Now we can see only your username.
What is this? Authentication failed. Valid request.
Did you use this mail ID for creating?
Yes. Yeah.
Register.
Should I click forgot password?
It's something password is incorrect, I guess.
Okay.
Just cross check or use this only. Can you click on the lock icon? There is a lock icon on the browser right side top.
Sorry, which icon?
Lock icon. Key. There is a key icon.
Yeah.
Click on that. Okay. This user only. I saw some other user on that time. I mean, earlier, some London, something like that.
That's my username. I think,
Okay, okay. Console username. Okay.
yeah.
Just cross check your Gmail account. There should be some new account creation emails so that you can go with that also, log in with that also. You can also change your password. New sign-ins also coming. Okay, yeah. On that.
Can I reset the password now?
Hmm.
It really cannot barely see. SRB, is it?
Yeah. Password email sent actually. We can reset that.
Oh, it didn't take the normal passwords, I think, last time also, no?
So it should be some 12 characters. First should be some capital and some numeric also we need to.
I know.
It's showing publicly no password. Hmm.
What is the account ID? I mean, I'm asking to
Yeah, yeah. Go with
understand.
your, yeah, I will show you that. I don't know why it's coming here. Come down. No, no. Come down. This is yeah, another user. Sign in with root email user. Hmm. Every account they have the account ID. Yeah, in the last tab, the third tab. Okay.
Which region can I create?
First one, US East one. That is fine. Mhm. Yeah, left side you can click on the dashboard or here also fine. Yeah, that also fine. Anywhere.
Should I choose Ubuntu or anything is fine?
Yeah, Ubuntu is. Yeah, T2 micro is already selected. One CPU and 1 GB. It's also free.
So this is fine?
Yeah, this.
Okay.
You can create a keeper.
So you can proceed even without a keeper, is it?
They are saying, but we may get some issues. So you can just give some keeper name. Select.ppk.
Sorry, test keeper is better. All right.
Select the second one, .ppk. We are using for
What is PEM?
PEM is common open SSH. So the putty tool and our other terminal, it won't support for PEM.
RSA? What is RSA?
This is the encrypted method. So RSA, the key pair type. So they are encrypting with the strong that format, ASLC characters. So that the encryption will be very strong. Nobody will decrypt that. Okay, it's saved. Come down.
It created automatically, is it?
Yeah, it is downloaded to your local.
Correct.
Once we create that. So the security group by default, it will allow SSH for 0.0/0. So initially it's fine. So later on we can check all this. So you can launch your instance now. Click on that instance type, instance ID. So meanwhile, if you don't have putty tool, just download that putty tool and install. Already you have? Okay. So yeah, click on the download. The first one is fine. MSI installer 64-bit. Now we can search. See?
This is done?
Yeah, install. Just search in the program. Start program. The first one. Okay. Now we
Just
can
a
go
minute.
into the console.
1 minute, 1 minute.
Down.
Sorry, do you live in Bangalore?
I'm Chennai.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So go back to the console.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just refresh. Still it is initiated or
Still running. Mm-hmm.
why it's still initiated?
It is running, no?
Since its type is
Oh, status state. Acha,
status
acha.
state.
Mm-hmm.
You refresh again. It should create within a minute. There is a refresh here also.
Not the page, is it? You can refresh the instance.
Yeah. Now we have this in the just there is a reload refresh option, right?
This one.
Also, yeah. Now it's good. Open up to check cost. Just select the instance, and in the bottom you can see the public IP.
Is
Just
it slow?
copy that. Yeah, you can see the 54.204. That's public IP. Right side, no, left side, you can. Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Go back to the putty.
Yeah.
Just here. And if you left side, you can search, extract that SSH plus button SSH, extract that, extract this authorization AUTH, and select the current. Yeah. And first option, browse and map that key pair which you downloaded. Hmm. Hmm. And open here. Upset that and just type Ubuntu, enter. Yeah, that's it.
So when we created the instance itself, the console itself gave us the key pair, and using that we are trying to connect now.
Yeah. So we connected our operating systems.
Okay.
Then we can play around. So if you want to install any applications inside your operating system, that's we can also do.
So how
And
is the connection now made with an application to this instance? That's a separate part, is it?
yeah. So
All
this
right.
is for just accessing, open our server.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
This is our server.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to run some sample application like what I did, I just share this command. So just copy paste into the console and it's in our Teams chat.
Yeah. Start.
Hello.
Sorry, what is this? Yeah, close this.
You can post that. It's a read me of that.
Okay. You ping me something. Sudo apt update.
Yeah, it's basically installing Apache package, Apache application, and inside the Apache, I just create one HTML file. I'll say hello VM. It's not copy pasted
It got
properly, I
copy
guess.
paste. Oh, all right. Yeah.
Okay, now there is HTML tab. Okay, so you can just add one inbound rule, HTTP rule, and allow initially you can allow 0.0/0 rule and try to access this application.
Where was that?
Go up.
Security groups.
It should be in the security. Yeah, in the bottom, only. Go the top of that. Top above.
Where is it, Baba?
Yeah,
Here?
there is all security. In that you can see details, status, alarm. No,
security
here
groups.
here also.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Here also do. Both are same one. Click on that.
Rules.
There is a go above little bit. There is a link for that security name. Little bit above. Yeah. Click on that.
That's already created, is it? When the instance is launched?
By default, it will create along with that. So here come down, edit inbound rule. Yes. So here you can add your rule. So just type HTTP in the search.
Not S, only HTTP. Anywhere or my IP? Hello? Hello?
My IP also fine. Just
my
come down.
IP. This one is my internet provider IP, is it?
Correct.
Oh, it came by automatically.
Yeah, it will automatically pick.
Super.
Save. Now we can go back to our instance, copy that. Yeah.
Should I go up like this only to my instance, or is there?
Instances. Select instances.
I don't need anything from here.
Yeah, we already done the security group rule. So you can go back to your instance and copy the public IP and select that. Select your instance in the
Oh, I think I'm scrolling the wrong one. Okay.
Copy, and for the new tab in the browser, new tab can paste and see you're able to launch. Okay. So we can able to launch all the application. So real time. So this way, the infra people or anybody, developer or deployment team, create the EC2 instance and install their applications and launching via like this only. So this is a prerequisite. We need to add inbound route for the port which the applications on which port the application is listening. So some application will listen 8080 also. So we need to especially allow 8080 port for public IP or 0.0 or to the world, entire world also. Understood, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I will take the screen and show you some other features.
Sure, sure.
You can keep that VM. It will be, we can use for some other purpose also. End of the
Okay.
class, we can delete it because it's all hourly charges. So for T2 micro, whatever you selected, 750 hours is free for free account for
Okay.
entire month. So we can utilize that within the free itself instead of spending money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the instance we created, and we can see all this informations, public IP and other things. And if you see here, if you click on the volume, we can see our disk. So this is our disk. Basically, we saw right C drive and D drive. So this we can see all the disk here. So currently in our Ubuntu, we have 8 GB.
Mm-hmm.
So by default, 8 GB is fine for Linux platform. So you want to attach more disk. So what we need to, we can create here new volume, and this is the instance type. So there we can see so many instance types are available. Okay, so if you see SSD, general purpose, provisioned IOPS, SSD IO01, IO02, cold HSD, throughput, and magnetic. So these are also, there is a cost varies, depends on the what we choosing. So magnetic is very normal hard disk.
Sorry,
So you can,
volume is what? This is not
this,
extra CPUs, right?
no, it's for storage. Volume it's
Okay.
means storage. So we have in our laptop we have the storage like 1 TB, 500 TB. We have the storage like,
RAM?
so in that we can split C drive and D drive in general, right, in laptop.
Correct, correct. So this is RAM? No.
This is for storage, storing our data, storing our pictures, files, right? So those
Internal
that
storage, not the RAM we
correct.
are talking about. Okay.
Your internal storage. So internal storage also. So in the laptop we have the disk, right? Hard disk.
Correct.
So that's the here is they they are technically the language is called as volumes. So volume is nothing but our local hard disk. So hard disk have, right now we have only one disk is selected. That is, you may consider this a C drive. Okay. So we have only 8 GB. So if you want to create more disk like D drive or E drive, so you go for create volume. So in creating the volume, we have so many categories. So if you purchase a laptop, you can see disk hard disk category, normal hard disk, SSD hard disk, right? So normal hard disk is less cost because they have don't have much capacity, right? So capacity, how the hard disk is capacity, we validate. So if you have the Excel file, big Excel file, large Excel file, you have some more sheets are there. If you copy that Excel file to some other where somewhere into some other, I mean C drive to D drive, it will take some minute. And if you open that Excel file, it will take more time. If you feel if you open that up, it's taking more time because we don't have much capacity. Okay, so
correct.
if you purchase a laptop with a good hard disk like SSD, they are especially mentioned So SSD and normal hard disk. So similar way here also, right? AWS in any servers, they are providing these types. So if you want to, again, if you want to go for testing a normal um, environments, testing, I mean, development environment, we are okay with if it's slow also, little bit slow also, we are fine for that. But we need some cost effective. We need we don't have much cost for development environment, so we can choose for this magnetic. Its performance is a little bit slow, but it will work. I mean, it should not be dead slow, but it's somewhere you may feel slow. Okay, but cost is very low. Okay, for that purpose, you can go for this magnet, this SSD and all. Go for higher environments, pre-production and all. If you go for this provisioned IOPS, we can customizedly we can choose IOPS here. So how much IOPS? IOPS means I told right, read and write. So from our D drive or E drive, if somebody the application is reading the file, they have some bunch of application file is available in our D drive. So somebody is fetching that file from application, so it will read from disk. Okay, that read operation immediately, if you're searching and fetching it, the data will come immediately. How it is coming immediately? We have some good capacity, good SSD IOPS capacity in my server. So that's why when I fetch some information, that information is coming from my disk, it will come immediately. Okay, it depends on the IOPS how we are choosing. So if you see in the banking application, if you go some bank, if you are going some bank and search that the bank manager or somebody is searching our name or using the account name and fetching it, it will take some time in general. Earlier stages. So if you click, it is searching, finding our names from the file disk. It will take a lot of time, right? Now, if you go to the bank and if you search, it's coming immediately because we have some more capacity and technically we have developed the disk type, IOPS, everything we set it. We have the plan. So depends on the application, we set it everything. So that's why we are getting single click. We are getting the informations immediately. So the backend, these are all the reasons. Okay, so we need to plan and set the these things to get the better performance. Okay, that's why strictly I need to explain these things. And so based on our VMs, we can choose our volume type, and also we can customize our data. GB size. So this is for just for testing. I go with 1 GB, and that's all I can create. So once we create that, it won't automatically attach our VM. Oh, sorry. The volume should create on the same availability zone which our VM is available. My instance is created availability zone 1B. So my volume also should create on availability zone 1B only. Then only we can able to attach into that instance. So I will delete that. Again, just creating with 1 GB and choosing this available zone 1B, create. So once you create that, it will list out here, and it is not mapped anywhere. So you can just select this, go to the actions, attach volume. instance, select our VM. That's all. Attach, sorry, device name. You can select any device name. Whatever. Okay, already in use. And choose some other device name. Why it is in percentage. Now it is attached to my VM. So my VM have two volume now. How to identify? Here you can identify. So my volume is attached resources. Earlier we don't have the attach is empty. Now I can attach into the this my into the VM. So my VM have two disk C and D example. Okay. Can understand, right? So what's the purpose of volume? Why we are creating? How can we attach? Okay. So that's a part of the disk. Next topic is so we have the VM now, and in this VM we have some application running inside VM. So imagine this application. Right now we have sample application, but in the real time, when you're creating our application, so it will take minimum 6 hours to 1 day or 2 days also. Some application make it up. So imagine if you have four to five web servers in this units for same application. So every time we need to spend 1 day or 2 day for each web servers. So example, if you are going to manage or create a same application for 4 servers, so it will take 4 days. So that will wasting our, it will take more time to create a instance itself, right? So it will delay our project. So what we can do? So
One
first
question,
you can create one VM.
Why do we have to run the application on multiple instances or servers?
So balancing the load. So our application,
like adding multiple CPUs or whatever volumes or whatever will not help.
That will help for performance for some certain time. But say example, so our applications, there are some 1,000 people going to access our application. So whatever your configurations you set the configuration, it will not help that much because so in a certain peak hours, from 1,000 people accessing our application, every load will come to here. That is
on the server.
Into that server, and the server will hang. Server will if you put any configuration, definitely our server performance will degrade. So that's why we are, and also one more thing. So in case our applications got hanged or got restarted or not working, so the 1,000 people will impact. So that's why we have some multiple web server on the same application, and we add that all those web servers we mapped associated with the load balancer. So load balancer, there's a future will available in the EC2. What load balancer will do? Load balancer will distribute the traffic. How they will distribute? Example, if the employee one accessing this application, the traffic will go into the VM1. The employee 2 accessing this application, the traffic will go into VM2. The third employee will accessing our application, the traffic will go into VM3. Like that, the traffic will distribute automatically like this. Okay, and also it will give high availability. In case one of our VM get down, example VM1 is down some reason, still our application will work from VM2 and VM3. So that's a high availability. Till it will work, uh, even VM2 also get down, still our application will work from VM3. But it will get some performance issue definitely. But at least the application will work. So that's why
So the
we are
key pairs
creating.
for all these instances are different, but we kind of install the same application on all of the 3 or 4 servers.
Yeah,
Correct. And your rules, you'll set the same on all of the servers. So, like how, I mean, internally it will be managed, is it? Like I access from here, someone access from US. So that
yeah,
load balancer will reroute the requests.
correct. I will show you some diagram.
Each of these will have their own virtual CPUs and all of that, but still it is all shared.
So these are all my web servers. You can see the screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Web web one. For example, now we created only one web server. We created and be able to launch the application. Okay, this is for testing. So in the real time, so example, 1,000 people are accessing. So what we'll do is the same application, then the same Apache application, same page. I will create all 3 web servers and attach into the one single load balancer. I mean, they called as application load balancing. So this load balancer have some URL. They will provide some URL. So using this URL, okay, employees by employee one, employee two, employee three, who are accessing. So they will hit into this URL, application load balancer URL only. Okay, they are not directly hitting this public IPs.
Oh, okay, okay.
So they are directly hitting this URL, and from this, the web one is, as I said, the employee one traffic will go into here, and web employee two traffic go into here, and web go into here. Again, it will go here. So the traffic is distributed accordingly. Okay. So again, if my web server one is down, then automatically this traffic will go into here. Here or there. So wherever it is having less traffic. These are all background automatically will happen. This load balancer will take care of that. So
and all the
balancer,
data, everything is shared between all of those instances.
correct.
We don't have to do anything explicitly there. Just install your application on every web server.
Correct. So I'm coming to that point. So you can imagine it will little bit difficult to manage the same data whatever I have in the web server. So same application I need to create and same data we need to have in the web 2 and web 3 also, right? So that will be difficult task. So to overcome that, I have the options called image. So what I can do, I will create an image. So if you create the image, so whatever applications having this VM, the blueprint, I mean, it's like a clone. So the same application will create one clone and it it it's stored in the AMIs, Amazon image. Okay, so we can use that image. We can create multiple VMs, Web 2 and Web 3. If you do that, whatever it is, the application data, whatever it is available, the same thing will be available on the Web 2 and Web 3. Whatever we are creating the instances from that image, so that we can reduce our time. So we can spend time for one VM and create a multiple VMs using the cloning, I mean creating the images.
Somewhere you showed me.
For that, we need to stop the VM for creating the image. Then it is stopping. Make sure it is stopped. Stop now. Should be in the action. Image and template. Create image. Image name. Testing, something you can put. So I can see 2 disks. If we want to select all the 2 disks also, it is possible. Or if we want to remove the secondary disk also, we can remove it like this. Because all my application, data, everything is in this first disk one.
Could you show me again once more, please?
Yeah. So make sure the
VM is stopped. Yeah.
And I already selected the VM. Go to the action.
Image and templates. Create image. Okay.
Just give the name.
Okay.
And it will list all the disk which is attached. So if you want to, if you need all the disk, you can keep that. Otherwise, if you don't want any disk for this image, you can also delete this. If all your application, all your data, it's available on this only, then we can delete the external also while creating the image. Then you can just select the create image.
So one more instance is created of the same type, everything. We kind of mirrored.
Oh yeah, mirroring, cloning. So both are, I mean, these are all applicable. It's not creating the image.
All the security rules, all of that also are cloned, is it?
No, it's taking only inside the VM. It's not creating one more instance. It will stored in the AMIs, like a image like this. So from this image, we can create our instance.
Oh, okay.
Then we can assign our security group as usual.
Oh, you're taking kind of blueprint from that, like what should be
Yeah.
what, and you're kind of assigning. Acha. Okay.
So instead of I'm selecting the Ubuntu, I already have my own
Hmm.
AMI. So
Hmm.
here also I can use this keeper. And if you want to select the other network also, we can do.
One more thing, key pair also we don't have to create.
Yeah.
We have to
The same
create, no?
keeper. No, same keeper we can use.
Acha. Okay.
One keeper we can have map multiple VMs.
Instances. Okay.
And name we can choose like from image. My new VM is initiated,
Hmm.
and let's see my application is available. Once it is check, pause check.
Inbound roles are also replicated.
No, I manually choose that. Only the image only it automatically. I mean, it will pick. Other than that, we can manually change or we can select.
Correct. So what all got replicated using that AMI? What are the options that you didn't had to touch, or they were a complete replica of VM1? You said security, we can choose it. Keep it. That's a different story.
Only the applications, data, whatever the available inside this VM. Inside this
VM.
VM, I
Mm-hmm.
have this application. I have some data related to the
Mm-hmm.
application. So everything it's cloned.
Okay.
Everything is this. This choosing the security go for things are other. It's outside of the virtual machine, right? So that we need to choose it manually.
Okay.
Usually, this will help us in real time. You know, big applications that will take more time to build the application. So it will save a lot of time. Also, it will helpful for keeping as a backup. So once you've done everything, you want to take a backup of that applications, or if you are doing something, if you are going to upgrade your application, we can take an image before upgrading. If anything is happened, your upgrade is failed, then we can using this image we can create it one more instance that will
Mm-hmm.
come whatever what situation. I mean, what time you are taking the AMI, so that we can revert back our changes from into the new. So this VM, I just in my application. Yeah, see
Hmm.
this new VM, I have not done anything. Still, my application is available from this IP. I can able to
Mm-hmm.
launch this application. So this is the use cases of image.
What does AMI stand for? Sorry, I forgot.
Amazon Machine
Amazon
Image.
Machine Image. Acha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the other future snapshot. So if you want to take a backup of your volume, so see, yeah, the production disks are available, volumes are available, so data are available. You want to take a backup of your data, so you can create snapshot from our volume. So example, we can also schedule it also. Okay, so say consider this is your production environment. All our data it's stored in this disk only. So anything is happened in the disk or anybody deleted the data inside your VM, you'll lose the data, right? So for safety and easily recovering your data, so you can take a snapshot from this volume. So we can just and right click create a snapshot. It
How
will
is
have
this different? Sorry, how is this different from the AMI thing?
AMI will take image of all the volumes, whatever the volumes is attached in that VM.
Okay. Oh, this is
So
only
this one
specific to this volume. Acha.
specific to volumes, specific
Okay.
volumes. So can create a volume. So sorry, create a snapshot, and the snapshots will be available here. From that snapshot, if you select and create a volume also. So create volume from snapshot. If you create a volume from snapshot, then we can attach it into the server and get the data.
Oh, you cannot attach this to a virtual machine
Directly we
again.
can attach into the VM from the snapshots. We need to
Create
create a volume
volume.
from the snapshot. Then only
You can
we
attach
can
it to the instance. Okay.
So for creating our images also, backend it
Mm.
will have the creating of snapshots only. So this is my
Mm-hmm.
AMI, right? So it's creating a snapshot only. So if I choose, if I have more volumes, I can see all these volumes here. Since I have only one volume in the VM, that's why it's showing only one. So if you want to schedule this for this specific volume, example this volume, you can schedule it. Let's schedule. Create snapshot lifecycle policy does not delete something back.